Our kingdom was beautiful, yet peace was fragile. To the north stood Goguryeo, to the east, Silla. Beyond our borders, soldiers kept watch, never knowing when war might begin. Yet inside Baekje, life continued. At sunrise, farmers guided oxen through flooded rice fields. Merchants opened their stalls, displaying silk, pottery, fresh grain, and treasures brought across the sea. Children laughed across the fields, gathering wildflowers and chasing grasshoppers through the summer grass. Laughing beside quiet streams, dogs followed them through dusty village roads. Cats stretched lazily beneath the warm morning sun. It was a peaceful land, one worth protecting. I was a craftsman in the royal workshop. Every day, iron rang beneath our hammers. Bronze glowed inside roaring furnaces. Some forged swords, others shaped armor. Some cast temple bells, others carved sacred images. Every pair of hands served the kingdom. That morning began like any other, until the palace officials arrived. The workshop fell silent. Even the fire seemed to pause. One official slowly unrolled a royal decree. His voice echoed across the room. "Create the finest incense burner ever made in Baekje. It shall be offered to the royal temple." No one spoke. My heart grew heavy, because the greatest work could never depend on skill alone. It had to carry the spirit of Baekje itself. That night, sleep never came. An incense burner. Most would call it a vessel for burning incense. But to us, it was something far greater. The rising smoke carried prayers from the world below toward the heavens above. Then a single thought would not leave my mind. If prayers travel this path, should it not become the most beautiful path on earth? I closed my eyes, and suddenly, I could see it. A sacred mountain wrapped in drifting mist, waterfalls flowing through hidden valleys, cranes soaring across the sky, deer wandering peacefully through ancient forests. At the highest peak, a phoenix resting beneath the morning light. Far below, a mighty dragon supporting the mountain in silence. Then I understood. I was not creating an incense burner. I was creating the world Baekje dreamed of. The next morning, our work began. We started with wax. Every feather, every branch, every stone, every tiny figure was shaped by hand. One young apprentice looked at me. "Master, will anyone ever notice details this small?" I smiled. They are not meant to be noticed. They are meant to be discovered. From that day forward, we no longer shaped wax. We shaped an entire world. When the model was complete, we covered it with layers of fine clay. One layer, then another, then another. Days passed. When the clay had hardened, we placed it into the furnace. The wax disappeared into the fire, leaving only empty space behind. That empty space would soon become bronze. Molten metal flowed into the mold. No one breathed. If the bronze cooled too soon, everything would be lost. If it flowed too quickly, months of work would disappear. Every heartbeat felt louder than the furnace itself. Days later, we broke away the clay. Slowly, the mountain appeared. The forests appeared. The animals appeared. Then, my heart sank. One side of the phoenix had not formed. A branch was missing. One tiny figure had vanished forever. Silence filled the workshop. Months of work, gone. I looked at the broken bronze for a long time. Then I quietly said, "We begin again." And so we did. More patiently, more carefully. The furnace burned late into every night. At last, our second casting was complete. But bronze alone was not enough. We covered the surface with gold, thin layer after thin layer. The mountain began to shine, like sunrise touching sacred peaks. Only one piece remained, the phoenix. I lifted it with both hands. The workshop fell completely silent. Slowly, I placed it upon the highest summit. In that moment, our world was complete. The day finally came. Wrapped in silk, the incense burner was carried to the royal temple. People gathered along the streets. Some whispered. Some simply watched. I walked behind it, saying nothing. Inside the temple, the king stepped forward. The monks bowed. The hall became silent. The king lit a single stick of incense. A thin ribbon of smoke rose gently into the mountain. It drifted through hidden valleys, curled around ancient cliffs, slipped between the trees, and slowly climbed toward the phoenix. Then sunlight entered the temple. Gold flashed across its wings. For the first time, the world we had imagined came alive. The smoke continued to rise, higher and higher, until it disappeared into the heavens.